Hi there, I'm Rebecca George, Associate Winemaker with Brandlin Estate here on the steep rocky slopes of Mount Veeder in Napa Valley. Just to give you a little background on Brandlin Estate, it was originally planted to about 11 acres of Zinfandel by Henry Brandlin in 1926. In the late 90s, we decided to preserve that heritage vineyard of Old Vine Zinfandel and expand it to another 30 acres of Cabernet and a few acres each of Petit Verdot, Malbec, and Cabernet Franc. So one of the unique things about Brandlin is that it's located on Mount Veeder, which is a truly special AVA within Napa Valley. One of the distinct features is that it's really its proximity to the San Pablo Bay. So it gets this cooling influence from the San Pablo Bay, which really elongates the growing season and allows those flavors more time to ripen. And also just helps preserve that fresh acidity in the wines and gives it more of this blue black fruit flavor components. And then the second thing is that we're located at about 1,200 feet in elevation, so it really is a mountain-grown wine, and it sits on these fractured sedimentary soils. So basically they're just thin soils, which kind of leaves the vines to really dig down deep for water and nutrients. And what we end up with are these tiny little berries. I mean, our yields are kind of maximum of about 2.5 tons per acre, which is quite tiny. But it also, being that they are so tiny, we get these little concentrated berries of both flavor, color, and tannins. So those little berries really pack a punch and then just create these beautiful concentrated Cabernets. 2019 as a vintage was pretty moderate overall, a little bit warmer than 2018 previous to it. And so not quite as much structure as the 2018. These are wines that are a little bit richer, have a little more plushness, and are a little more kind of precocious in character to the 2018s. For us, harvest started in late October. So I think we finished around just the very end of October. And with these Cabernet parcels, like I was saying before, everything is smaller parcels. And so everything is really picked separately depending on when it's at its peak ripeness, and then fermented separately and barreled down separately. But it's all really small lot winemaking. So everything is fermented in a mix of mostly stainless steel tank, a little bit in pungent sometimes, and then sometimes a small amount in concrete fermenters, typically for about 20 to 30 days before it moves to barrel, where it rests for 22 months prior to bottling. And we are aging these in 50% new French oak. The 2019 Estate Cabernet is made up of 92% Cabernet, 4% Petit Verdot, 3% Cabernet Franc, and 1% Malbec. I do find that the Petit Verdot adds a little bit of kind of that spice note and a little bit of intrigue. But this wine overall has a beautiful kind of blue and black fruit, so more of that black cherry, boysenberry, hints of blueberry, and then just these baking spices, hints of cedar on the nose. And then on the palate, it's again kind of rich and fruit forward. So it's more of that black cherry, dark fruits, little hints of dark chocolate. But it also has this vein of minerality that just keeps it really fresh and alive on the palate. It just really expresses the essence of Mount Veeder, and I think it's stunning. Our 2019 Brandlin Estate Cabernet has received multiple accolades from wine publications, including 94 points from Wine Spectator, 92 points from Wine Advocate, and 93 points from James Suckling and Wine Enthusiast. It's a beautiful wine. It's one we're super excited about, and we're very excited to share it with you.